visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first, as for Inazuma, it's known as the Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful... The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to... As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god...
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Ina's...
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would... And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
What's the point?
Lightning flash!
I trust you.
Just sharpen my spear.
What else do I have left to do today?
kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Honored guest.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great... At present in Inazuma, though the Yashiro Commission, a commission's power... Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh...
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill...
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and a
Correct. Please do all you can to help them.
I'm sure...
see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please,
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Stabilize!
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still, I can't claim to fully understand it. But I could tell that he'd lost. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
You must also be... Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
You must be Tejima. So what?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of true. And what made me want to come here? I don't have answers to those questions. In the past...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you... But if you can't remember anything... Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep it...
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji. This looks like Teijima's diary, all right. Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I got together. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo... I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get... Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Interesting. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
One day, I'll be as great as... Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him... Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason... But he's been here for 30 years! Well, let's go give
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess... Still, over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, When my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love? Regret? No. Not especially. After all, it's as if she'd never been in my life to be... I think... Although, when I think about it like that, how curious. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be... Seems it's just like... That certainly explains the state Tejima... At least we were able to help him. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their life from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what...
I'll ask one more time. Do you...
The entire clan is count... How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come. This is Kurosawa. He's a In the past, we'd simply... He's keeping the...
No one seems to care. It's no wonder all the...
This must be one of the people... Maybe we should talk to Kurs.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. My own family can barely get by it. And that's the...
Well, that's strange.
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
But we better we should be...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses...
You haven't seen anything. Today's just the beginning.
You demand!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Another test subject.
Gather!
This is order. Solidify. The wrong test subject.
Aw, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete... I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little...
You've got a deal. Now...
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in...
Yeah, a lot of them, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a gym. We better talk to this miss up. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some...
Shut it.
Welcome to... Or perhaps... There... Ah, so you're...
Whoa, whoa! How did Kurosawa end up...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come... However, the price of...
So that's how he was get... But why did he have...
Well, if you think about it, the citizen... Kurosawa thought that, so he deemed it necessary...
Wow. And no one ever...
People's attitudes will always reflect... if you ask... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend... If you're still curious, what... I see. Most unfortunate. If he does...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about his In hindsight, why don't you ask him about the sword Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle... Information. Don't worry. I won't charge
At least we now know where the... Let's go talk to Kurosawa. What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoard?
That just about sums it up. It turns out...
Strange. Is that really the kind of... I don't really have any such... Why was I purchasing emergency? But I cannot deny that when I brandished this sword, I remember once when I was... What did he say? It would seem that I forgot all I can remember and said to me.
Hey! Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those taking on seem... But what use of virtue? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good...
Yet another trouble. When we get the chance, in any case, we must never let... Yeah. Fortunately for us, let's go find the next... The third person? Paimon heard that this is his dojo.
Nanako, don't... Those thugs that challenge...
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous.
It's just because he's been possessed.
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're don't make me draw my blade.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciple?
Yep. But then we got...
Please, you haven't arrived at the best of times. I see you are... Sensei's name is... Though self-taught, he once said that his goal was to become the... And so... But then...
Not long ago, he says the strange... Junya and I have discussed... But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have, so don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is... The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing...
So you decided to come. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few... When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept... One of them was Anzai. He used to be a... Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to... The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneak? We won't let them get away with it. Come on! Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted!
Ow. Are you sure? Unless...
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know, I don't care to talk about that time anymore. Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else
can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Ai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Ai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Ai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Ai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Ai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Ai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be here too about the Raiden children from her.
Wish my sister could play hide and seek.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. Then...
Lady I'm not sure I understand.
The path of... It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands. Only a deep commitment to his When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state. Oh. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Did he follow us the whole...
Anzai! Look, you're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume. It's been so... I don't think most of the people you beat... Now I know, but that is no reason...
But what if one day I put everything I had? If there's a chance...
Have you asked them what...
Sensei, I can't know. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone, with my head held high, and announce...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for this. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world, but as your sensei, this is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior.
You can count on that, but I am now you. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back.
So even though his ambition was taken away...
Traveler, a moment.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carried... For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai. She seems super mysterious. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato. Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd place my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me? The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that?